Hello everybody, welcome back. Thanks for dropping by. Today we've got another product, a tarp, and I'm going to put this up so you can see the name. If it will focus on, there it is. I don't know if it's Pamasi, Pamasi. Why do they make names like that you can't pronounce? Anyhow, comes in a nice bag there. No labeling any place on it. And I'm not going to open it completely here, but just going to get a little idea of what's in it. Another sack with a drawstring on it. Most of them have just a little piece of rope tied or a piece of cloth tied around it. It's for reasonably decent steaks. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Let me get some. It's all wrapped up here, but it says in the paperwork or the advertisement portion of it that there's 6 10-foot hanks of this rope here. It looks like it's probably reflective. I think it is. On nighttime, so it's hard to tell at this point in time. I may get a chance to look at it in the dark and get back to you on that. Anyhow, this thing here weighs in at 1.7 pounds. It's an 11.4 foot long by 9.2 feet wide. We're going to take it out back and measure it and get an actual measurement on it to confirm it. Looks pretty decent. It's got grommets here. They look like they're in there pretty good. It's also sewn in well here. And we do have reinforcement down this bottom end here. It is seam sealed, and it is supposed to be waterproof, and it does look like it's been treated on the inside here. Anyhow, let's get this out on the patio, stretch it out, get some measurements, and then we'll put it up and see what it looks like. Alright, here we have it all laid out. No cat cuts anywhere, just all straight cuts. And it is coming in at 11 feet 7 inches. 11 feet 7 inches long, so it's a little longer than it actually said it was. And it's coming in at 9 foot 2 inches. That's about what it called for. Now it does have the pullouts at each corner. It does have grommets at every corner. Seam runs across the ridgeline area. And it is seam sealed, and you can see the material here that is coated. A reasonable size piece of strengthening here, some support. Sewn in right here, sewn in right here. And here comes the wind, just what we needed. And it is sewn in, both sides of it are sewn in underneath the tarp itself. It is a ripstock, there's no doubt about that too. As you can see, looking at the material. Let's get this thing up in the air and we'll have a little more to show you what it looks like when it's up. Okay, here it is. It's 11.5 feet long, a little over 9 feet wide, 9 feet 2 inches. And it is seam sealed all the way down the center here. It does have the coating on the inside. You can see it's the ripstock type material. The grommets are kind of hokey. They're not high quality. But you know, again, this is only a $25 tarp. Sewn in fairly well here though. The stitching does have a double layer under here. It's not as large as some, but it still works just fine. The stitching is fairly good. I mean, it's consistent. No skips or anything. They did just hem this over. They just rolled this. They took this, just rolled it over like so, like that. They didn't double roll a hem here. It's just a piece of material. You can see there's just one piece of material. It's not rolled over and then sewn in. And it is one piece meeting right here. This thing here runs the entire length all the way around in one piece, which is kind of nice because then you don't have weak points like this everywhere. I would like to see this somewhere else down the line here, instead right where we're pulling on it, but I guess with the extra stitching here, it looks like it's got double row of stitching here and then a single here. It's probably going to be okay. Again, these grommets, I wouldn't use them for anything except for maybe to prop your trekking pole through here to hold it up as in a porch mode. Plenty of room underneath there for a 12-foot hammock. Could easily hang in here. This thing, like I said, is 11 and a half feet long. No doors or anything. It's a hexagonal cut. Does not have any cat cutting in it. But again, for $25, what do you expect? A few of these type of things here on it. See where the bobbin type stitch from the bottom side didn't quite pull snug. You see a few of those around it. It probably won't last forever, but for the price it's not bad. And as you can see, it's all wrinkled. I'm of this stuff sack is meant for to be stuffed in and not rolled in crowd. I just take them and stuff them in there, and they're a little wrinkled, but you know, we're out in the wild. They're not out there want to iron everything. Our clothes are going to be all wrinkled. Everything's going to be wrinkled out there. So why not have our tarp wrinkled? The line here is not the best, but not bad. It'll do the job. And I was thinking initially this might be reflective, but I've taken it in the evening and tried to shine a light over towards it. It doesn't seem to be reflective. It's just black with white checks in it. Stakes seem to hold pretty nicely. I won't be using those stakes, but if you buy this and you don't have higher grade stakes, they'll do the job. They'll do the job very nicely. And this double stuff sack thing is kind of nice. You place to put your ropes and stuff, although they'll stay on the tarp for now. But you do have a nice place to put your stakes and stuff, and I'll probably put 4 stakes in this thing here for here. There is no center tie out on this. There's nothing in the center here, but I guess you don't really need it because the throw here distance is not that big. And let me get this thing in porch mode and get an idea what it looks like in that. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, welcome back. There it is in the porch mode. This thing does cover a lot of real estate. And while I do have a number of other tarps, some much more expensive and much nicer, I think I'm going to give this one a shot. It's a nice long one. I might take this out the next time I go camping. And we basically hang our hammocks in tandem, my wife and I, underneath this thing. So it should fit under this one nicely. Weather's getting to be real nice too, so it's not something I'd need during the winter. But I would use it during the nice weather we have here in California. All right, I'm going to take this down and we will get to my final thoughts on it. So, what do you think? Not a bad deal. It $25 and you hit an 11.5-foot tarp. It is not the top of the line tarp by any stretch of the imagination, yet it doesn't try to be. It just is a tarp that is reasonably well put together, a very good price on it. It's looks like it would last some time. Won't last forever, but it'll last plenty enough time for you to use it. It's an answer for those who are just getting into camping and using a tarp, whether it be just tarp camping or making your own tents with these things, your own shelters, or more likely, like most of us, you put this over your hammock. When I first started, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a tarp, and I bought some inexpensive tarps, and they were fine. They did the job for me, and they were comparable to this thing here. So anybody who's just getting started in the industry, this is a good way to go. It's a better way to go than going to the big box stores and getting those noisy, bulky, and heavy tarps that they have to cover who knows what machinery with, and dragging that out there with you. Now, if you're somebody who has to pack this thing with you and take it along a long trail to somewhere, it's not that much heavier than some of the lighter ones. It weighs in at just a little over 1.5 pounds, which is not ultra light by any means. But if you ditch the spikes, the second stuff sack that the spikes go in, and then work with the ropes, you get this thing under 1.5 pounds. And until you know what you want and such, this would be a good way to go. We all know that those super light tarps are very expensive. Very nice tarps, but very expensive. This is a way to go with that. Get you in there, get you going, and then if you find you like it, spend the money on the big ones. Of course, if you've got a lot of money to spend and you don't care, just go and do it. But this is really a good way to go. This is an economy tarp that I think will really answer your needs. At 11.5 feet, it'll cover virtually any hammock you got out there. Now, as for buying this thing, it runs $24.99 is basically what it's running for at this point in time on Amazon. There is another way of getting it. It's a hit and miss. I paid $7.80 for this. It was bought through Vipon.com. And what I would recommend you do is go to Vipon.com and put in tarps. Now, you may find this tarp. You may not find this tarp. I've seen this tarp on there twice. I bought it the second time around. I missed it the first time. I bought it second time around, and I'm glad I did. But they do pop up from time to time, and when it does pop up, if this is what you want, and it's a larger tarp than most of their offerings, then you might want to wait it out for this. But they do have some 10 by 10s out there. I just bought my grandson one that cost me $12.45 for a 10 by 10. Better construction in this. It was a real nice tarp, and I think it was normally a $50 or $55 or $59 tarp, but it's a real nice tarp, and I only paid 12 something for it. There are some on there right now that are at $10, and they're 10 by 10 tarps, and there was another one on there for 20 bucks. It was a 10 by 10 tarp. The $20 one is probably going to be a much better tarp, but still 20 bucks for something like that is great. Or just buy this for $25. Can't beat it. Well, my next review is going to be on the Desert Box sleeping bag. This was provided from me from the manufacturers, and I will be getting a review out for that fairly soon. And it's pretty hot here in Southern California, so it's going to be kind of tough to do a review on that one that's going to tell us how cold it'll get down. However, it is so much like a couple other sleeping bags I've already done, so we'll find out how much this compares to the others, and I can probably guesstimate where this would take us to. But again, if you want one of these, go to Vipon. Anytime you want to buy something at Amazon, go to Vipon first. Give it a shot. In the search bar, put in what you're looking for, and if they got it, you're going to have a code, promotional code or a promo code that will give you the discount at Amazon. It doesn't always work. Sometimes you go in there and you try to run that promo code and it says it's over. They only sell so many, and and they only sell for a certain period of time. So, want one of these? Go there and give it a shot. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time around.